Wendy with a notebook, Wendy with a pen, digging through the dark where the secrets been. Questions fly like bullets, truth cuts deep in the shadows where nightmares creep. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and mistrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Clues left scattered like whispers in the wind. Every page they turn closer to the end. No stone unturned, no mystery safe. Through the chaos they pave the way. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and distrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Clues left scattered like whispers in the wind. Every page they turn closer to the end. No stone unturned, no mystery safe. Through the chaos they pave the way. Watch them break it down, unveil the lies, under lurid skies where the danger hides. With fire in their veins and mistrust in their eyes, Randy and Wendy taking you for a ride. Late nights burn bright under the moon, answers buried deep, they'll find out soon. Guts and glory on a darkened stage, Randy and Wendy script the final page.
No, I didn't upload the new one yet. I tried.
I was just gonna ask you about that. What happened?
I
You
was
didn't
even
have it
trying
done?
on my Mac before we came, and I couldn't get it
What,
done.
why
So
can't you get it up?
I don't know. That's what he said.
No, that's what she said.
That's what she said. Shit.
Well, maybe
Good
he,
night.
depending on your.
Yeah.
We don't judge.
Hey, Cassandra, Muffin Mouse, Lily, Amer. Yes, let's give Randy likes. I need that. Pammy B. What does the crown number 2 mean? I've been seeing that in people's chats. There's been an update and I don't understand it. Where your grandma's crown number 1?
What does that mean?
I don't know because I don't have crowns.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is
Courtney, Pammy, I wish I had crowns. Mickey,
that? Where did you guys get
perplex number
crowns?
1. Amer, Nightbot. That was
It's
a
a
joke.
leaderboard
Angie.
of participation. What? Where did that come from?
All right.
Whose leaderboard?
Good. Mama Stone. If I missed you, I apologize now. I don't
Hey
think I did.
guys.
Hey, Tara.
Hey Alicia. Good to see you.
Holden. Body Cat.
Whitey.
Good to see you. Well.
You stole your what, Warrior Grandma? I have questions.
She stole her crown.
I have to pull it up on YouTube, obviously.
YouTube community leaderboard. Hey, Alicia.
What are you talking about, YouTube community leaderboard? What is that?
Leaderboard. Hey, Alicia.
Oh, I see it. Oh, you have to keep showing support to make it to the top 50. You get experience points, XP. I'm guessing that's what it means. Probably for
Commenting
giving,
in chat.
giving money or giving super chats.
No, I think it's for comments. Boston girl. I was in Boston.
I just made a comment and I didn't get jack. You don't get anything for comments. Oh, never mind. I have 25 experience points.
Yeah, it's from comments. I'm hoping to come back, Boston girl. If you want to hook up, get together, get something to eat, let us know. Tobert.
I have 25 now.
How do you know? Where does it tell you?
It's on my phone. It's on it here. I'll take a screenshot of it and I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
It's up at the top where the chat is. Here, I'll send it to. I'll text it to you right now.
Okay.
Okay, so look at the like kind of like where live chat is. You'll see it. It's right there.
Boston girl, I know. Man, I love where you live. I love it. Okay.
I now have 50. I have 50 experience points now.
Oh, CPS girl threatened to false strike me for domestic terrorism because I review her and do parodies. Pretty sure you can lose your channel for false strikes. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, ma'am, you can.
Not only that, but CPS girl herself says that people who strike are weak ass bitches. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guess that applies to you now, huh, Laura?
I'm just saying.
Yes, poor Laura. Laura can't decide what she wants to do. She's either, she thinks she has all this integrity when she doesn't understand what that word means. She thinks she's a strong, independent woman when she's really a freak of nature that nobody wants to fuck with. Like it's her brain works in odd ways. It really just does.
0. I think I have 0.
Yeah, well, if you type in your chat, you'll get some. And I don't know, does that 50 go to somebody else's chat? Or is it start over at 0 in everybody's chat?
I'm thinking it's everybody's chat. I don't know.
So if I go in someone else's chat, do I start with 0 or do I start with the 50 that I have right now?
Oh, I don't know. Anybody?
Anybody know?
Warrior Grandma demoted again.
Every time I hear her say integrity, I know. She does not know what integrity means. It's like
that was such a great video.
It's that Princess Bride thing, you keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. She does not know what integrity means. She has no idea.
I don't know how you seriously, Tara K. I don't know how this is working. Hey, Pugs.
Hey, Pugs.
Long time no see. It's y'all. I missed everybody.
In her logic, reviewing and clipping her is wrong, but what she says is perfectly okay. Right. I mean, she says that she stands behind everything that she says when she's threatening children or throwing someone disease in their face and telling them they hope eats it from the inside out. And she's so proud of her words. But when they're, clipped and pointed out, all of a sudden it's a problem and that needs to be stricken down, Like, you're so weak, Laura. God, you're weak.
Band-Aid of memories. Love your name. And I don't either. And I didn't put them there, just so we're clear. And I think it's going to go by not everyone's chat, but by per chat. Because I'm watching Warrior Grandma go from 1 to 3 to 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 to 2 to 1.
Well, because everybody's making comments.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She's competing with everybody else in this chat.
Right. So it's not going to, like, if you get a 25 points here, you're not, or crowns or whatever, you're not going to have it when you go in Laura's chat later, whatever.
Laura's chat? No, I won't ever get any from Laura's chat. I'll be all right.
Don't you dare get depressed about it. Hey, Mojo Jojo. So,
yeah, if you want to be number one, you just keep chatting. Yeah.
And as far as I know, I don't have anyone blocked. Jeff. Oh.
Who are we dragging? Oh, maybe Laura.
Jeff, you are so missed. I saw your name the other day in Discord and I was like, oh. That's what I miss. Speaking of a drama community reunion, that's what I miss.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's what we're going to talk about. Okay. Well, that's going to open up a whole can of worms.
Well,
everybody get your high waters on.
People have been opening up worms for a few weeks now, and let's just go ahead and go fishing with them. How about that?
I guess we're gonna have some worms around here.
I don't know what happened to the crown.
Oh, you get a crown? Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Denise P, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me heart that.
That's fun.
Charlie, I hope you're doing well.
Hey, Charlie. Good to see you, honey. I guess like maybe number 1, 2, and 3 gets crowns.
It must be.
It's got to be, yeah, because that's what I'm seeing. 1, 2, and 3. And I only have 50. How much do you have right now, Tara?
Look here.
Just out of curiosity, because you get 25 for every comment you make, so you got to be up in the couple hundreds by now.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Kathy.
Who is Band-Aid of Memories? Say it to me. I don't. Yes. Okay,
75.
so
How
I
can
had to
you
pay
only
to
have
get in.
75? How is that possible?
Hey, Kathy.
I guess we're gonna have to read up on the crowns. I don't know how you do that. That's
Yeah, I
weird.
didn't know. I saw him in chat the other day, and I'm like, so when did so and so get a crown? Because the only
It
crown I
says-
knew of was
Okay, hang on. Tara, every comment I make, I get 25 points. How many do you get with every comment you make? Maybe the first 75 come really super fast, and then after that it slows down.
You got to work for it.
Yeah, let me just I'll just throw a couple in there. Yeah, see, now I'm at 75.
Does anyone live near me and need a kitten?
See, I didn't get any points for that last one. So the first 75 points come super fast, and then after that, I don't know what you have to do.
This one's really friendly. You can't tell right now. Ranger.
Yeah, most of us are at 75. Okay, so what is the leaderboard? It says a place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. All right, that answers that question. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points, or XP. Here's how you get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats, and super stickers. Got it.
That's right.
Learn gets more or turn off. You can learn more or turn off in the help center if you don't want it. But looks like it stops at 75 unless I start doing other things, like probably super chats or something. Hey, Perplex #1 fan. One gets less because her Fruit Loops don't go all the way to the top.
And thank you again for the super chat. Thank you. I may actually meet a goal and say bang, bang, kiss, kiss. It's your heartbeat, the kitty, and hey, hold it to your heart so it feels your heartbeat. Oh, hey, look, these things have been loved on more than any other kittens in the world. I don't know what they're doing right now. Oh, no, Charlie, I'll be praying.
Yeah, keep us updated, Charlie. You'll drop down on the leaderboard if you stop chatting too. They'll take my experience points away?
Yeah, they took 4 your grandmas away. Yes.
Well, I mean, her crown is one thing, but the points are different than the crown. Let me see here. Let me see it. Yeah, okay, there they are. So it does show up even in on YouTube. Sorry, my head is hurting. Even on my computer, on my laptop, they show up. It's not just on my phone. The crowns are for places 1, 2, and 3, and that number is going to change depending on how many people chat in the stream.
I will, Jeff. I will.
Yeah, you don't lose points. You just drop down the list. Yeah. You do make it still number 3.
Even though, speaking of hurricanes, so me and Jim, for the first time in our whole life, we have booked a cruise. And they have this cool thing where, listen, y'all, if y'all want to go on a cruise, you can. Because I'm not saying this is good practices, okay? I'm not telling you it's good practices. They gave me a lot of credit on the thing, and you can make payments. How did it happen? I don't know. But
you want to tell people how you or where you're going?
I can always remember Cozumel, but I can't remember. But I mean, we're not leaving until October, the end of October.
She's going to Cozumel, you guys. Can you believe this? Our little Randy, who wouldn't even drive on the freaking highways, is now planning a trip to freaking Cozumel.
I'm so excited. No, it's not. It's not Cancun. I'm looking at the itinerary. Progreso, Yucatan.
Boston, you're silly. Don't be silly. Stop
Keep
that.
trying. Hey, Shannon.
The good news is,
Jen and I
Boston, we
started
all
that,
pretty
but
much.
the crime people were not included. I didn't know that y'all started that, Shannon. I'm okay. So anyway, if you've been to a lot of cruises, hit me up because I am a little bit scared. And anyway, and if you want to go on a cruise, you can make payments, and they're not expensive payments if you stretch it out. And if you're poor like me, stretch it out. If you're going to Cozumel, go to Mr. Sancho's. I think I'm gonna. Is that's a beach, right? Okay, I'm not sure, but I think I saw that. All right. Well, where I've been hearing it is, and I doubt she's here because I think that she's wanting to fight with Amber and them. But Tracy's channel, The Truth, and
Your son got married, Boston? Congratulations. I didn't know your son got married. That's awesome.
I knew that.
Oh, congratulations, hon. That's exciting. Sorry if I missed the memo.
That's all.
Or maybe you told me and I just forgot. I apologize for that too. But anyways, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so they talk about this drama community reunion. Hey, Lori, say, and then they want someone who, what is it? What am I thinking of? Not based, not biased, not, someone who there is no one. I don't think, in my opinion.
What are you talking about? There is no one that what? What are you saying?
So they wanted to host it, but they was going back and forth about who could host it.
Oh,
doesn't have a dog in the race. Hey,
okay.
He-Man.
Hey, Lori. Hey, He-Man. So, hey, Lace. Good to see you, babe. So they want to know like whose channel it's going to be on.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is that we're not even able to agree on who is drama community and who isn't, because I don't consider Laura or Tracy drama community. I don't. They're part of the true crime community that came in when we meshed with that true crime, or the Chris Watts community, or whatever they want to be called. They came in with Molly, Makeup Mobster. All of them came in. OGDC was here before that. So, and it sounds like Shannon and Jenny Jen have already talked about it, which I didn't even know that they had talked about it. Sounds like they also feel that way. So we're not even going to be able to know or agree on who's invited and who isn't. There was already going to be a shit show before we even get it.
That's why I think if I said bias, I shouldn't have said bias. I should have said unbiased. But but somebody said the word I was trying to think of in the chat, and I missed it. I want to say in the middle, not in the middle. Isn't there a lot of fighting going on? That's the thing, Charlie, is the fighting that's going on now.
It's like nonpartisan.
Okay, wait, Tracy. I also said it wouldn't be OG drama, but wait. JJJ, you are not OG boy today. JJJ started off in the OG DC. JJJ's not in here. I don't know, Tracy, but she started off OG DC. Hit me up if you can, Jeff.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that people have kind of, traveled around over the years. So it's hard to know like what community everyone's in.
Well, that's the thing, is when we think of OGDC, we think of Katie, Yaba, Bunny, Wendy, me. Diane is Pink Pepper.
Yeah.
Negs. Trisha, Negs.
Yeah, truthfully Trisha. Yes.
Yeah.
Mama Bear.
And Mama Bear, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca first before Mama Bear, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want to, Tracy, I think, and I will be glad to give you a link, and I'm sure that Wendy will be fine with that.
Yeah, I've never had a problem having a conversation with Tracy. The problem that I have is that she never seems to want to resolve anything. So to me, it's a waste of time. But I don't have a problem having a conversation, and I don't have a problem with any kind of reunion. If you want to have a reunion, go ahead. It's just, I think it's going to be a little harder. It's going to be a little harder than just simply saying OGDC reunion, because that's just not true.
Yeah.
Laura considers herself her own damn community. She doesn't think she's part of anything, although every once in a while she says she's from drama, which she's not. She's been escorted out of this community many times.
That's good, Paige Turner. That's good. It's good to be. I'm in different communities too.
Yes. There's people are in different communities. People are all over the place. You know, they go to all kinds of different places now. We got really big, and there's no fences, so everyone's allowed to go wherever they want.
Back.
Hang out with whoever they want.
That's not. Yeah, and Tracy, I think that you are misunderstanding what we're saying. I know, and I did hear you say that. Tracy did say, I'm not OGDC. She did say that. I'm not here to attack you. That is not what this is about. You don't have to come in with a shield up.
Let me apologize then, because I didn't hear her stream. So if she already said that, then I certainly didn't mean to make any bad comments. I just was just trying to say.
I don't think you said it.
Okay.
Or maybe I don't know if you did or not.
I don't anything, bad. I'm just trying to say that, we, even as a community, probably struggle with, labeling ourselves. But I don't know.
Hey, Kevin. Hit me up, Kevin. It's, it's not, no, MFW did not bring her here, Queenie. No, she latched on to MFW, and that's how she got some of her subscribers. We'll go over that video, because
Laura's
completely lying about.
Laura knows how to leech. She leeches onto Molly. She leeched onto Molly Golightly, got a bunch of her subs. Leeched onto MFW, got a bunch of her subs. Leeched onto me and Diane, got a bunch of our subs. That's what Laura does. And then she, goes away and pouts and says that she's her own community. So that's what Laura does. She is a leech. Exactly, Lace. Yeah, like a damn leech. Exactly.
I didn't hear it either, Tracy.
Same. Yeah, Tracy, I didn't know they were talking about it either. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, we don't even all keep in touch as the OGDC. Like, we don't talk to each other. Like, I hang with Randy in our little tiny group. I mean, I don't venture out and talk to a bunch of people and go chat to chat and visit and talk to anybody. I just don't. I got sick of fighting with people.
Go ahead. No, I was just trying to answer a question, but no, you go ahead. You said you got sick of fighting with people.
Oh, okay. I got sick of fighting with people, and that's why we kind of ventured off to just do our own thing. I don't have a problem with a reunion. I'd be happy to be part of anything. I don't mind. I'm not fighting with anybody. Not interested.
No. It's the thing is there's some people who are still trying to heal from apologies they'll never get.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not from 5 years ago.
Mm-mm. No,
if it was,
some things can be washed away, and just okay, fine, it's over. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And then there's other things that really do need to be talked out.
Yes.
And apologized for.
But no one has reached out. And look, I'm blocked. Can't reach out. I don't know if I'm not saying that I would reach out. Not even to you, Tracy. I don't have a way to reach out to you and talk to you. Not that I even am assuming that you want to speak to me. But I hear, hey, Brantley, well, I hear you say things, and I think that you miss it. But y'all didn't want us here. You didn't, or me. You didn't want Wendy here.
No.
And that, Tracy, okay, we'll have a great live, is why there is never a resolution. I offered you a link. You wanted to come in and make some comments and not come up and talk about it. And that is why there'll never be a resolution in the DC.
That sucks. It really does suck,
Yeah, it does suck.
Because we had some good times. We had some really good times.
Tracy has said a lot of things lately that I agree with, but I can't comment in her chat because if I do, I'll get attacked like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm chatting there. I won't be earning any crowns in her chat. That's fine.
No. Do you see anyone attacking in our chat? No, because we switched completely. We switched our content so that we could sleep at night. Okay, I'll gladly drop the link.
Hey, Marie Duffy, good to see you.
Hey, Marie. Oh, speaking of OGDC, there she is. You know, we got people that I remember being here when I got here.
Yeah. And every once in a while they show up, you know, and they hang out and they say hi and stuff, but it's been a long time since we've had an OGDC community. And part of the reason we can't have a community like that is because we can't agree on the rules. Everyone wanted, you know, free speech. And who are you to tell me who you think you're the boss? Who are you to tell me what I can and can't do, what I can and can't say? Well, when you don't have any mutual rules or any kind of mutual understanding or agreement on what behavior is okay, what behavior is not okay, and how to handle people that do behaviors that you don't agree with, you know, cast them out or call them out or whatever. If you can't even agree on those things, then you have no community. There's no community.
I already got my super done, Douglas. I'm having chef salads.
Can you guys hear me?
Hello,
yes,
we're here.
Okay.
Yes. You're a little bit low to me.
I hope I didn't
Is it me
start any kind of a ruckus because that was not my goal.
No, I don't think there's a ruckus. There's no ruckus.
Wendy V came into my chat a while back. I mean, a few days ago. I don't even rarely go live. I have recently, but before that, I was going months without going live.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy V came into my chat, said it would be fun to have a reunion. She had been talking to other people. I believe, I don't want to speak for her. I never heard Jenny, Jen, and Shannon talk about it because, to be quite honest with you, after what I've seen in Jenny, Jen's chat, I wouldn't want to be on a panel with her.
All right. Well, I don't know what goes on over there, and she's not here, so let's not even bring that up.
Well, she doesn't have any problem bringing me up, but whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As far as Shannon goes, I don't watch Shannon. I know she does her mystery things on Saturday. I know she dabbles over there at the asylum because I watch the asylum and I've heard her announce her mystery thing. I don't, you know, so I don't know of anything. Hold on. Freaking knuckleheads.
Well, I don't feel like you have anything to defend on that.
Yeah,
she said Jen brings her up. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I know.
But, you know, I mean, she can bring me up because I bring her up. I mean, it's tit for tat because, I mean,
right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because it has nothing to do with this conversation here. It wasn't meant to start a ruckus. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't meant for, you know, Tracy's not OG drama when I willingly admit. And I'm not saying you all are saying that. I'm saying other people are saying that.
Okay. Well, I mean, and I did say that, but I didn't realize that you had already touched on that. I apologize.
I had forgot.
Really
I didn't hear
about it. There's not many of the OG dramas that's still around.
Correct.
So that would be a hard reunion.
Yes, it would.
I mean, it would be like your 60th in high school where half the class is dead already.
Oh dear.
And I mean, and I have to say, I mean, I'm not gonna just act like when it gets brought up, because you know I am sub to you, Tracy. I do listen. I didn't listen to all of it yesterday, so I don't know how it ended. I missed I don't know how much of the ending.
Well, I'm in hot water right now because I made a post about some disturbing words.
I've read those disturbing
that have
words
been said in Jenny Jen's chat, and then turned around, and the person they were said to turned around and said something just as disgusting.
Not shocked.
Exactly. So now they're over on Rumble dragging me. They couldn't drag me on YouTube because she can't keep it clean enough to do that. Whatever. It's my opinion. Those words are gross. They should never, I don't even know how they come to people's minds, much less out of their lips or tips. But, you know, I made
a That's good.
Do what?
I like that. Lips or tips. I think that was good. I like that. Sorry.
And I made a comment about it. Now all hell is broke loose, which I don't care because I don't follow those people anyways. If it pops up on my news feed and I see it, I have the right to speak on it, just as anybody else would.
Yeah.
So the fact
Yeah.
that they ran to Rumble to drag me, I don't care. You know, you can't do it on YouTube because you can't keep it clean enough. But that's your problem, not my problem. Back to the reunion.
Okay.
I hope it didn't cause a ruckus. I wasn't trying to,
Not
when
with
I said
us.
something about it, I didn't know anybody else had discussed a reunion. I didn't know
Oh.
Shannon and JJJ had. I didn't know it. I didn't know. I swear I did not know. I am way past the petty shit with most of the people on this platform. There's nothing that went on back then that I'm still holding on to. There's just people I don't care to sit on the panel with.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan.
And when I said I think Randy would do it, but I don't think Wendy would, I felt like that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, yeah, you're
but
wrong.
that's
But,
all right. That's okay.
but why don't you, and I get that what, we used to throw digs at one another, and, I quit throwing digs at you about a year ago. I want to say it's been about a year, but, I was listening, just listening, and then you're like, well, if Wendy will let Randy, Wendy,
No, I never said that about you joining the, I was talking about, I don't think I said
you was
that,
talking about
Randy.
having a
If I
reunion,
did,
Diane doing it, and if Wendy would let me.
okay, I'm
And
going to go back and listen or look at the
okay,
transcript.
this wasn't yesterday's live. It was one before. I don't know which live. It was before you. It was the first time you were talking about a reunion, and because I immediately, it was. I'll tell you when it was. I think it was last Monday, because I went for my walk, and I called Wendy, and we were talking about it, and nobody. I know, contrary to popular belief, nobody tells me what to do. Nobody.
Okay, well, if I said that, I
Except Jim.
apologize because I
My
don't think
husband
Wendy could keep
does.
you from doing something you wanted to do. As far as the, I can't take a link over at Randy's because Wendy don't lie. You
No,
have
I won't
stomped
lie.
your
I
feet.
absolutely said
You
that.
have
Yes.
stomped your feet several times and told
Absolutely. Yes, I
Randy
have.
if
Yes, I
she
have.
let me come up here, you would leave.
Yes. Very true. Yes.
Mhm.
So I wasn't
You know
lying when I
why
said
though?
that.
You know why though?
Because you think I never want to resolve anything. And back
Yes.
then, you're probably right. I probably didn't want to. I
Yeah.
probably wanted to just come up here and defend myself. You're probably right.
Fair enough.
But
enough.
I don't want everybody to get in this big tizzy over some idea that me and a couple other people have talked. And it's, all of a sudden I'm hearing, well, Shannon and JJJ thought about it and so put it out there. And so I didn't hear that. And if
Right.
they want to do it, they hang out with a whole different crowd, So
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who wants to do it should do it. If Wendy V wants to organize it and do it, go for it. Like, I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Shannon earlier though, I don't know if Shannon's still in here, but she wanted to know what words you were talking about. And I know that they're vile words,
I can't
but
repeat them.
can we fill her in on what happened? I don't think she knows what happened.
Oh,
Sure.
Shannon.
They're
Yeah.
horrible
I don't know
words that should never be spoken on YouTube.
I don't know what the
platform.
retort. I don't know what the retort was that Amber gave, but what
Just as
Flavor
bad.
said was the one that I read, and I get upset at this. What was it? Don't cry when your son
Goes in the closet and
unalives himself. Why she said it, I don't know. I don't know
But that was just one comment. That was just one comment. There was a whole bunch of comments about being essayed with the screwdriver and then Amber retorted with Flava's kids and that happening to them.
Wow.
And Flava just pretty much went live and told me to F off. Okay. Easy peasy. Amber's the one having the fit about it. But because I think both were equally disgusting, I'm the bad guy. I'm the gossiper. And I'm sorry, I'm not changing my stance on this. I'm 10 toes down on this one.
Well, and here's the thing. I agree with you. I think that's disgusting. You won't hear words like that come out of my mouth. I've heard Laura say similar type words. But those are the kinds of things that when back in the day, we could say, hey, look, we don't talk like that around here. Don't, please don't do that. But then eventually it became, well, who the hell do you think you are telling us what we can and can't say, where I can and can't say it?
And I'm not saying you can't say it because I'm not nobody's keeper. But
true, neither are we.
If it's disturbing and I want to talk about it, I will. And
understood.
I
But
made a
do you not
point by
agree?
saying back when we would all go at each other's throat in the very beginning, just being called a CUNT was a big deal.
Oh, yes. I remember. I called Laura that. And a word I never use. I never use that word. But I was raging at Laura and I called her that. The entire panel gasped loudly. The whole chat stopped. Everybody was like, oh my God, Wendy. Oh my God. Like people lost their mind.
Yeah, I called somebody a whore one time. Everybody, Randy.
Yes, everyone gasped all loudly.
No, Shannon, you are absolutely not being looped in with none of that bullshit. She just
not at all.
She thought that she was stepping on your toes by mentioning a reunion, and she was making it clear that she didn't want to step on anybody's toes. That's all it was. No, you are not being looped in with that bullshit whatsoever.
The only way Shannon is being looped in is that Amber is tagging her in all this shit. Why she's doing that, knowing that Shannon doesn't really like her, I don't know. But no, I would never. No.
The only reason Shannon was mentioned is because she was in chat specifically just now asking to be filled in on that. That's why I mentioned her. But she's not looped into any of this. It's just
no, not at all.
No, didn't know what was said.
No, we know good and well that Shannon would never.
Yeah.
Now I did loop Jenny Jen into it because it was her chat that it was allowed to be said in.
Gotcha.
And stood. So, we can't watch everything said in our chat, but I can tell you if somebody that depraved was to type in my chat, one of my mods would delete that.
Yeah. But Jenny runs a very open chat. She doesn't like to do a lot of moderating in her chat. Everybody has, usually gets a wrench pretty much on entry, although I don't know if she still does that or not, but it used to be that's what she did. So because she wants everyone to be able to say what they want to say, like very little policing. And so again, it's just we all have different, styles, I guess, of how we want to run our channels.
Okay, fair enough. Let's say whatever. But then she opens her chat and her channel up to criticism.
Fair enough. Yes, agree. Yeah. We all do. Yeah.
We all do. Used to, this is why me and Wendy got sick of, because we would try to stop hate speech. We would try to stop R words. Now that is the complete norm. You can say it. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody blinks twice.
Well, somebody has said that the R word has been, I don't know how you would say it, but that it's been reincorporated into our society. I don't know if it has or not.
Well, I would argue that it's been reintegrated into our society because people are tired of being told you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. It's such a scandal. People are tired of that.
And I do get sick of.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, of people saying you can't say this, you can't say, but back when we tried to stand by our morals, we were told, shut up, we were policing people. And, I'll just say, I'm talking about, with Steph and the gross things that would get said.
with RDA
And
and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it
well,
was
and then
just,
we'll say RDA, but then RDA would come in our chat and absolutely respect anything that if we asked them to not say these things in our chat, they wouldn't.
yeah, they were fine with it.
Well, I
That
can
was
honestly
fine.
say I used to think RDA was the worst thing around, and I have come to learn that that's just not the case.
Yeah, I don't think they're the worst thing around either. But I'm just, as far as timeline goes,
No,
that's
we
part
didn't
of,
then.
we didn't. Yeah, we had no problem with them at all. It's just thinking about the timeline of how we got to here. Part of that was people, including them, saying things like, who do you think you are? Basically, you're not in charge of me. I can say whatever I want. I'm going to say whatever I want,
Right.
and you don't get
And
to have
I
an
don't
opinion
want
about
to
that.
be a word police. I'm not a word police.
Right.
Anybody can say what they want. But when it comes to that kind of language, that kind of verbiage,
Right.
then
It
you
feels
set yourself up to be talked about.
shouldn't it feel like there are things we should all be able to agree on, whether we like each other or we don't like each other,
We
whether
used
we're
to.
word police or not. We all should be able to agree on some fundamental things that are okay and things that are not okay.
Okay.
And I feel like we've lost sight of even being able to do that because people's, just they took their dislike for the person and we ruined it. I don't know. I just, or whatever, we killed it. I don't know.
Okay. Let's not say we, because collectively, us three have never said anything remotely close to what was typed in that chat or said by that person.
True.
So I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but nothing ever
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
ever come out of your lips or tips like that was written and spoken in the last few
My brain
days
doesn't
on
work
this
like that.
platform.
My brain
No.
doesn't even come up with scenarios
neither.
like that.
That's
It
what
wouldn't even occur to me to put that into thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
brain
I was
doesn't work like
so
that.
blown away when it popped up on my timeline, or, when I clicked on YouTube, this post comes up and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not subscribed to either one of the people that this involves. And it took my breath away. I was like, how could you write something like that?
Yeah.
And then to see that it came out of JJJ's chat and that it stood. And then there were other things just as bad. And then the other person retaliates with something just as gross. And now I'm getting drug over on Rumble because I'm a hypocritical bitch. Whatever. When you find something like
Well, I
that
think
I've ever
everybody.
said or even thought,
Yeah. Well, I
come
think
see me.
everybody can be a hypocrite, but I've never heard you say anything that vile.
Never.
And I
Because
will,
my
and
mind is not depraved like that.
I'm not going to defend what was said, but I will say I don't think Jen reads her chat that much because she has so many people on panel and they're talking amongst themselves. I don't know that for sure. I don't want to speak for Jen. She's not here. Who is dragging? Amber's dragging her on Rumble, Shannon. And you
But
know
here's
what?
my thing.
I would be more afraid if Amber liked me.
I'm not worried about it. I don't
Amber.
care. I've never liked the
Rand?
girl
Yeah.
since the day
Don't
she
try to be my
stepped
friend,
onto
bitch.
this platform. I've never liked Flava since the day she stepped onto this
No.
platform. So I'm not really concerned with either one of them. I will give it to Flava for just going live and calling me out and, moved on. Instead, I've gotten a half a dozen community posts from Amber or Texas Girl, whatever. I'm not changing my stance. All the words are equally ugly, whether you said it or you typed it. So now it's being twisted that I'm not compassionate about Amber's SA. I don't know nothing about that. Don't want to know nothing about that.
Yeah,
Doesn't have
you
a
were
damn thing to
too.
do with
Okay,
it.
well, I'll defend this. You were too. You were too.
But what it boils down
Yeah.
to is that doesn't, in my opinion, which isn't worth a bucket of nuts. I don't need to know all the greasy details. You said what you said. So what? You said it in response to other ugly shit said. You still said it.
And one has nothing to do with the other. Being grossed out or offended by her language has nothing to do with not being supportive of a horrible thing that happened to her.
Well, that's
You
the
know?
way it's twisted. That's on her community
We know,
post.
Texas
And
girl.
why she
Oh,
continues to tag people that absolutely cannot stand her is beyond me.
Yeah.
You know, come on over
Hang
to
on.
Rumble and let me tell you about this. I don't know what she called me, sanctimonious. I don't know what she called me.
Cat's Rules came in, and I don't have a problem with you chatting in here at Cat's Rule, but she said, sorry for chatting in here, but I want to say the truth has always been open to all sides and never said, nasty things like that. We know. We agree with you. She doesn't talk like that.
I don't
Thankfully.
even think like that, people.
Same. No, my brain doesn't work like that at
Which
all.
is what took my breath away when I saw
Yeah.
the first comment.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, how does your mind go there?
Well, and Amber's always had a mouth. Like, she said something terrible
Exactly.
To Bridget years ago that I
Yes.
still,
Ugh.
like, it's still disgusting when I think about it. Like, who talks like, well, other than Laura, there's not a lot of people that talk like that.
I
Well,
don't
the
either.
thing
That I
with
watch
Amber
anyway.
is people were used to be, because I remember one time Starlight was going to go with Amber, and we were in Discord. This was back when people were, friendly.
And she's a real lifer too. That's right. She
Yeah,
talks the
we
fuck
were
out
in
of Starlight.
Discord, and we're like, "Look, sister, you're on your own because she's a real lifer." Everybody was mad because we didn't stop Starlight, but we couldn't. They got into it, and she's a real lifer. So
Right.
we did not fuck with Amber. And
Well,
Amber,
after
you're a real lifer. You're disgusting. You didn't change. What you think? Are we supposed to think she grew a conscience? But we stayed out of that stuff and the flavor thing. These people came from Facebook, and I like Facebook. I'm on Facebook, but they have no idea the rules here. They come here, they go real life, they talk about the dumbest shit ever, get stuck on one person and talk about that same person for 5 years. Fuck.
Well, I don't. Yeah, in my opinion, they didn't even just come from Facebook. They come from a whole nother planet than me, because I just cannot relate with all of that.
Right.
But when Amber came on the scene and she was being all nasty and gross, and she was over on the other side, everybody over there thought she was the bee's knees. Now she's totally flipped and she's against all those people. She was just as gross back then.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like
Yep.
that's the only side I've ever known of her. I've never known her not to be like that. I think for a couple weeks she was trying to be good. I think she was really trying to watch her words.
Yeah.
And then that
missed that.
lasted a couple of weeks, and that was the end of that. So yeah,
Yes,
no,
Jeff.
this is her default setting. I mean, this is who she is.
Jeff
I mean,
remembers
to me,
these
it would just
people
be
came.
just as easy to say, look, I was upset. I was, retaliating against what Flava said about me and mine. I should have never said those words. But instead, she wants to now make this big old giant stretch that I'm not compassionate for her trauma.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
ridiculous.
know about your trauma. I don't need to know about your trauma to know that what you said was freaking disgusting.
Right.
Should
One
anyone
has
here
nothing to do
know
with the
about
other.
your trauma? To be honest,
Well, she dropped it all in my comment section. I was like, please quit doing this.
Yeah, this
So
isn't the place
somebody,
to
some
trauma dump
troll,
that.
somebody gross can pick it up and run
Yep.
with it.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Please stop putting that stuff
and
on
what
us.
Wendy just said, YouTube is not the place for your trauma dumping. Other
Yeah, I
people
mean, 'cause
don't
we're
deserve
not-
to
we're
listen to
not-
your trauma dumping. Trust me, they're carrying a lot.
Yes.
Well, people carry a lot on their shoulders without trying to carry everybody else's trauma.
Right. I'm not prepared to carry your trauma. I have my own that I'm trying to manage. And
Yeah.
I would imagine that that's true for many of us. We've got our own. I come here to escape that shit, not get more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want anything to do with them. Yeah, I commented on something that they said, so therefore they have every right to comment on my comment or my live stream, whatever. I don't care. You know, the fact that you had to take it to Rumble proves to me that whatever you said is not appropriate enough to be on YouTube.
Well, and again, maybe I'm ridiculous, but what does that resolve? You're not going to get any resolution in that. You're just going to go over there and say a bunch of shit that I'm not going to hear because I'm not on Rumble. I don't hear you. I don't see you. So I'm not going to know what I'm not going to know what you're saying or what, so there's not going to be any resolution. Again, maybe I need to give up on that goal of trying to have a resolution everywhere because clearly that doesn't seem to be anybody else's goal.
Well, like I said,
Way back.
I don't. There's certain people
Way back
that
when, and this is not an evil jab, but me and B started Resolution Night many years ago, and we had a few successes.
Yes.
And probably one of them, successful nights, but maybe one ever stuck.
Yeah.
And then y'all had Resolution Night, and we know how that would go. But I think it would have a 2-week.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Charlie, no, that's not what
Maybe
I
2
mean.
days.
I want you to share about your sister. I want people to share with us. But if it is something, hey, Bob and Lola, if it is something like what Amber shared, there are sorry ass pieces of shit that are going to use it against you.
Right. Charlie, you come in here and you know that we are all ready and willing and wanting to send prayers, good wishes, good vibes, whatever, to your sister, and we want to know how she's doing. That's why you come and share that. You don't trauma dump on us.
No.
And give us, just a bag to hold that we can do nothing with. We have a call to action to pray and give comfort to you and your sister and your family in any way that we can. That's why we do it. That's different. I feel like it's totally different than just, I was SA'd. Okay,
That's
chat,
right,
enjoy
Shannon.
that knowledge. What are they supposed to do with that? There's nothing they can do with that.
Especially considering that what Flava is going at the girl for is that particular situation. So why would you drop it in somebody's comment section?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's not a thing I would come and bring here.
If I had it to do over, I would have came here. Everybody would have thought my mom and dad were both still alive in the other room, happy as shit. That I had the perfect kids, the perfect garden, everything. I would never have told one thing about my life because everything that ever gets told here gets used against you. Almost everything.
If I could change, I would change 2 things that I've ever done on here. I mean, I'm not talking about all the petty back and forth shit.
Yeah.
I would change the fact that I ever let anybody know I had a child.
Yeah.
And I would change the fact of the things I said about John Crimes that night.
Yeah.
And sadly, what I said about John is nothing compared to what other people are actually saying.
That's true.
Racial shit.
And fighting for their right to say it.
Exactly.
Yes. And you have every right to say it. Looking at you, Tammy. But you don't have you're not free of the consequences that come with freedom of speech because we all have consequences when you use that. So find a way for it.
Blue Ridge says, was about to say, I'm pretty sure we all trauma dumped in the start, and that's all the fuel for said drama community. And the difference is that there were 30 of us back then. Now there's thousands. There's thousands of us now.
And I think, to be honest, I think we trauma bonded.
We all did, yes. You got crap, I got crap. Come sit by me. We all kind of, and there was a tiny little group of us. It wasn't thousands of people and assholes that hate us. We're ready to throw it back in our face. Here
I thought if I shared this, then somebody's going to share that experience and want to be my friend or want to talk about it, and I'd have somebody to share it with and talk about it with that could give me advice, and maybe I knew something they hadn't tried yet. But no, that is not how that shit went down whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, your mama,
Randy,
she killed herself. Oh, she did it because you was ugly, bitch.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you've changed it, but your bot used to drop in your chat. My dog has 4 paws.
No, I left it for you. For you. It still says that.
Does
Because
your
you said the
merch say
one
that
thing.
too?
No.
Okay.
My best friend has 4 paws, is what the merch says. But you said me and Randy have one thing in common. Both of our dogs have 4 paws,
4
and I'm like,
paws.
I'm leaving it, and I left it.
All right. Listen, I'm jumping down. The reunion idea wasn't to step on anybody's toes. A few
We
of
know.
us might get together and still do it. We'll see how it goes. If old
Yeah.
shit comes up and a fight breaks out, as long as it's a clean fight, I'm okay with it. But
Yeah.
when you start going at people's kids and SA, and
Yeah.
then I'm out. And I
Right.
really don't expect that to happen because I don't sit at the table with people like that. So,
Right. Right.
all right, y'all have a good
Exactly,
life.
Shannon.
Thanks for coming up,
All right,
Tracy.
thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
up.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, OG Zombie. Right, Shannon is right. There was no real life, no going for the throat. You call each other fat and went on about your business. And that's the
Right.
truth.
That is the truth. Yes. You did a kick-ass parody. Bridget would do that kind of stuff. Shannon would do that kind of stuff and just absolutely ace it. Hilarious.
Yes.
Poke a little fun and then go on with your day. But now, the people that I don't know got poked fun at are still reading, just wilding out just today. Even she's still mad. She's still over there punching her walls and screaming and roaring.
Are we talking about Tammy?
Yes.
We don't
I
even know why. Nobody's even talking about Tammy.
I don't know. I clicked in her stream for the first time in
And
probably 2
that
months. And it was she was just wilding out over there. It was crazy.
And Cat's Rule, I think that's a great question. And I wonder, because you're going to get so many different answers because there's so many people that came in at different times. Because
Yeah.
our OGDC Cat's Rule, and I think you was probably around back then, was like when we would have a drama live, and somehow, every single damn time, I ended up on panel every single
Mhm.
time.
Mm-hmm. It was always
It
the same group
sucked.
up there. Always. Yeah.
Yes, it sucked. I don't even know how it happened. It was just like every Friday, shoo,
Yeah.
drama live. Randy versus so and so.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But I liked those nights because I feel like we talked community business. Like community business got settled there. And then
Yes.
when Diane and I were doing our thing, community business got settled over at our channel because MFW was doing her own thing. So
Thank you,
Diane
Elaine.
and I kind of took that over. Community business got settled on our channel, and then that all went to shit. And now there's really no one doing it.
And I can tell you, and when we tried, me and you, when we started over here, that's when it was, y'all can't tell people what to say. Y'all, we want Steph to be able to do whatever. And, and so we was just like, you know what? Fuck it. 2 tears in a
Right.
bucket. Put it all
Brantley
in
made that
there.
comment earlier today. Let me see if I can find it because it was a great comment. He said, I remember it like it was yesterday. Wendy said, if that's what y'all want, the people who say the worst and do the worst, then have at it. And she was right because look what we have now. And that is absolutely true. I remember saying that because I said, if we cannot get past these whatever differences that we have and be able to agree on a fundamental set of boundaries, if we cannot do that, then we have no community. None. There is no community because part of what makes people a community is the fact that we could all at least agree on certain things. Drop your sword when someone's in need. Everybody drops their sword and runs and helps that person. Or certain things are not okay to be said. You do not go after people's children. You do not talk, go real life. You do not call CPS because you don't like words on the internet. You do not X, Y, and Z. We all had rules that we lived by and we agreed to. And when you don't have that, you can't have a community.
Thank you so much, Cassandra. Thank you. Well, here's the thing. You don't like words on the internet. Used to, all right, back in our day, Shannon, I think everybody can agree with this. Back in our day, if some jerk off had said, I hope your child, or don't cry when your child does that, then unalives themselves in their closet, that person would have been banned out of the community, not in anybody's chat. If whoever would let that person in their chat, they would be also blackballed.
Yes. Until they got their ass up on a panel and apologized.
And
And
apologized.
agreed to never do it again. We would. Collectively,
Absolutely.
we all lost our shit. We all
Yep.
lost our shit. We all called it out. Absolutely not. No way. That's a deal breaker. You cannot say that and be here. You cannot do it. Get up here and
Lord.
apologize or get out. Those are your
Right.
options. And we lived by that
Yep.
for a long time.
Yeah. And if the people around here wasn't so desensitized to the bullshit that y'all are letting in your head, you would be as disgusted as I am.
Yeah.
Or as Tracy is. Or I'm sure as Wendy is. Or I'm
Yeah.
sure as these other people are.
Yeah.
Hey, I think my shirt says beautifully broke. It does.
What does it say?
Beautifully broken. She
Ooh.
talked about Dre McCrae and Facebook people came to the drama. Yeah. Beautifully broken.
Well, because people, you know,
Made by
certain people
Florida
like
Great.
Molly wanted her fame and to grow her channel. Like people had different goals for being here.
Yes.
You know, for some people it was about friendship and playing and having fun.
Yes.
And other people it was about growing a channel, getting money. You know, so people had different rules, or not rules, reasons for being, you know, part of the group. So sometimes that could get in the way as well. We tried,
Right,
Shannon.
well-
God bless us, we tried.
And she's back. And yeah, I remember that too, Cat's Rule. Tony Y he went to my child's Facebook. You went to somebody's Facebook, out, done.
Yep. Yeah, Facebook was off limits. You're not
Yeah,
allowed to do that.
Twitter was open because we all attached our YouTube to our Twitter.
We
but
did.
Facebook was our family personal stuff.
Yes, but then when
And-
we mixed with true crime, they all had Facebooks.
Yes.
So they didn't understand that Twitter was part of what, you know, Twitter is where we go to bitch about stuff when we're not live.
Mhm.
Then, and
Valerie.
they would do that on Facebooks and stuff. And of course, they all had their real names, their real family, their real friends.
Right.
You know, they had all that shit out there. And we didn't have any of that associated with our YouTube channel. Like we tried to anyway, not have it associated with our YouTube channel.
Hey, I'll be
so it was
right
kind of
back.
like-
Keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. So it was kind of like, you know, trying to explain to them, like, look, we don't use Facebook to look up people. And, you know, then there would be the argument, well, it's a public platform and, you know, you can't tell me what I can and cannot do and da-da-da. And again, we just would fight over the rules, which is just so stupid. Call it as I see it. I don't use Twitter anymore. Now it's Discord. Now we all use Discord to communicate, which is good and bad because at least on Twitter, it was public and everybody could see your comments and everybody could interact. If you're not in the same Discord with these people, then you're not going to ever have a conversation with them. And so you can just sit there and stew with your friends. And I don't think Discord is the devil. I think people can be devils in there and act up, but I think Discord itself is great. It's just like a chat room. To me, I feel like your Discord should be just like an open chat. Don't say anything in here that you wouldn't say in an open chat room. And I think if you act like that, then you'll be safe. Right, Pammy B.
Yeah, I love,
someone messages me on Twitter, they have to let me know that they've messaged me because I don't even look on Twitter anymore.
I do sometimes, and I don't get on Discord a lot, but I like, you know, that we used to get into voice chats, and I miss it because, you know, we would do these great, you know, especially on days where I needed to clean. You know, you were cleaning, you're talking to people, blah blah blah. But then now, you know, with the
well, call it as I see it. Discord has gotten many people busted because they go in there and act a damn fool.
yeah.
You go in there and you start showing your ass, people are going to tell. And then yeah, you get busted. Looking at you, Laura, you know, you get busted out there. Because when the fallout happens, then comes the Discord dump. And then everybody gets to know what all the dirty business you've been doing in there.
Me too, Tara. And you know, now I'll type in Discord.
Well,
I don't
why
have
we
that many
do shit in
people.
my Discord. We don't do shit like that in my Discord, man. Come and look. Come and see for yourself. You can see whatever you
No,
want.
that's why. Yesterday, Tracy, I think it was yesterday, Tracy brought up the fact that I was upset with Samara for leaking my Discord. You know what? And I've apologized to Samara, but I'm sorry again. There ain't nothing. Oh,
Right.
me too, Jeff. There is nothing that's ever been in my Discord that I cared for anybody's
It just
sins, so I
made no
shouldn't even have been
sense.
mad about it.
It made no sense. Why
Yeah,
would you
I just
even
couldn't
what did
understand.
yeah, I think that's really what it came down to, is that why? Like, I had so many questions. Why would you
Yeah.
do that?
Of
What
all the discords.
what could possibly be interesting enough to give to somebody else, you know? I know Perplex #1 fan. She's a joke. She is a
And
joke. Call It As I See It made a great video about Laura
and
today.
we're gonna, speaking of that, we did, Jeff, and you know what? Those are the things I miss, and those are the days I would bring back. Those are. And if we had a problem, sometimes we would talk in Discord, and I miss that. If people want resolution, my advice to those people is reach out. If you don't want resolution, don't reach out. But don't try to do a reunion and get everybody on panel and have a resolution that way, because it's only going to bring up hard feelings and it doesn't need to be public. That's my opinion on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I don't know. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, this is probably the best conversation I've ever had with Tracy, the one that we
I'm
just
feeling
had.
good about it.
And look at how long it took us to be able to even get to that point.
Yes.
You know, how many horrible, terrible conversations have we had before this, to the point where I wouldn't even be on panel with her because I was that bothered. Just by, and she even admitted, yeah, I wasn't looking for resolution. And then I'm out, you know. We've had so many bad conversations over the years. And I don't know if having a reunion where not everybody's ready to have those conversations and get to a place, you know what I mean? Like, I think you, me, and Tracy, at least today, we're all in a place where I'm not fighting with you anymore.
Yes.
I don't, you know, we don't have to be best friends, but I'm not fighting with you for one more second. We got to that place.
Yeah.
Are we at that place with everybody that might be part of this reunion? I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You might be. You may
And
be. I won't
are
speak.
they with me? You know, people might be mad at me still for things that, you know, they feel like I've done. And we
Right.
haven't had any of those conversations to resolve it. So if we all
Nope.
get up on a panel together, that could go south really quick.
Who's Wham Wham Boy? I'm proud of them too, Charlie. Very. But I had a feeling, I did have a feeling that it would go that way. All right, so I need to pull up Call It As I Say It's video because I only got 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have a little over 30
Same,
minutes.
Shannon, same. I don't want any part of that. I've never wanted any part of that. I've always, you know, said that's not okay. But then people, you know, started trying to make it okay. And a lot of it was, you know, mind your business. You don't need to weigh in on what I'm doing. Okay, fair enough. But like I said, you can't have a community then if it's okay for somebody. Look, and not okay for everybody.
And I'm not subscribed to Laura because reasons, and I don't watch Laura. But it amazes me that she has any type of a community for, and
Laura doesn't have a community. Laura doesn't have a community. She's got 5 people left that are willing to show their face in her chat.
Thank you for being a member for 37 months. And it has been roller coaster rides. But you know, she should have never been able to come back when she drew a map to someone's house for them to get something.
We have exposed,
not yet, Charlie.
Laura. We have exposed it there. It's July. What is it? It's July 7th.
7th.
Let me look. I'll double check right now. Let me tell you. It's July 7th.
It is.
Yeah. July 7th is the trial. We have called out Laura, and in Call It As I See It's video, one thing Laura says is that, you know, because she didn't kiss mine and Diane's ass, we didn't like her. I would love to see this long line of people that we asked you to kiss our ass. Where did that happen? Tawanda, it's good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing all right.
Yes.
Where's this long list of people that we demanded you kiss our ass or we wouldn't play with you? That's not at all what happened, Laura. You were exposed for all of the doxing and dirty shit that you did in your Discord. You were exposed for that and escorted out of this community with a quickness. And you call it, you know, I'm independent. I don't need to fit in with everybody. You absolutely do not fit in with anybody. And you've tried. You have tried. You don't fit in with anybody because you are stunted. You are stunted emotionally and developmentally. Your brain does not work the same way as an adult's brain. And that's why you do not fit in with anybody. That's why you are on your own.
Okay, I was typing that out. Doohickey, I have no opinion on her litigations because I don't watch her. I don't even know why. I thought that her case was settled.
Yeah, Doohickey, I don't know anything about her or her litigations. Don't watch her. Sorry. But again, anyways, yeah, Call It As I See It's video is really good. We're gonna watch it, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling. I got it pulled up, and I'm about to pull it in now.
Chat. Can you drop the link in chat too for people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has been drop kicked out of everywhere. Exactly. She's not welcome anywhere.
No,
because of her behavior, because of the shit that she does, and is still doing, and has never changed.
If you are not subscribed,
she's so proud of her behavior. Sorry, she's so proud of her behavior, but then when you point it back to her and show it like a mirror, when you show her a mirror, she threatens to strike because she's weak. You're weak, fuck, bitch.
I agree. I agree.
Watch this video. Watch Call It As I See It's video. It's fantastic. She did a great job.
I'm telling you, this picture that is what nightmares are made of right there. That is a nightmare. That is I'm sorry. I don't want to, I don't mean to talk about looks. You're beautiful. Okay. I mean, on my side, because I blew it up, it's right here in my face too.
I know, same. It's right in my face too. Hit play so I can stop looking at it. Some of us want to try to sleep tonight.
So ClipPunk makes a video of something I said a couple days ago.
Slow it down, girl.
And there was one comment. Hey, Roxanne, there was one particular comment.
And watch, she even mentions in her chat that nobody's talking. Your channel is dead, Laura. It's dead, friend.
I did hear that in this video. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I
Like, is my chat broken? Because it hasn't moved in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, mine's flying, but I'm just saying, Laura, if you're watching, ours is flying over here.
Oh, yeah. Ours flies, but that's all right.
Not always.
Comment that stood out to me. Now, let's rewind a little. From the moment I came on YouTube, and I would not kiss Diane, and the moment I came into this community, I would not kiss Diane and Wendy's ass. And because of that, I became pretty hated.
Yeah, because of that. Because of that. That's why not because you drove a map, drew out a map to somebody's house. Not because you planned a rape in the back of a Craigslist, whatever that was. Not because you doxed and threatened to go in as people's dead husbands and all the other nasty troll shit that you did. Not because you had pictures of Woggs' child in there. Not because of any of that. No.
Not because you were going to fake your own unaliving. Nah.
Right. You were going to plan and fake your own S, and then, we're going to have your daughter come report it to us. Not because of any of that.
But somehow I remember
our ass enough.
From what I remember, because, there for a while, whenever she started coming in over there at Diane's and yours and Diane's, I was working a lot. So I didn't know who Laura was. And then all of a sudden, I finally get some nights off. I'm there or whatever. And every night that I'm up there, she wants a link. Or every night that I'm watching at work, Laura wanted a link. I thought you didn't try to kiss their ass. You begged to kiss their ass, Laura.
She did very much, because she knew that we were, respected in the community. Our channel was a good channel.
Then when you found out I was their friend, you tried to have lunch with me and have me meet you.
Right.
Like that was
right. Not because she threatened to call jobs and unions and say the guys are pedos. Right. Not because of any of that, but because you didn't kiss our ass enough. That's why you became hated. Does that even sound? Wouldn't you think that if that was the reputation that Diane and I had, there'd be creators all over this community willing to say the same thing? I've not heard a single person ever say that we wanted them to kiss our ass or they were out. You make no sense, Laura. You make no sense.
As per.
And I started the Purple community because back then everything was Diana, Wendy, and they were like what Queen Bee is now. And I was not going to kiss their ass. I didn't care how many fucking people they had. I wasn't kissing their ass. I was standing on my own. No matter.
So Jan. Sure, Jan. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you
no,
rode
we're standing on our
everybody's
own.
coattail. You talked about everybody, and everybody that went live,
Yep.
you talked about them.
You leached off of us. You got as many subs as you could squeeze out of us. And then, you wanted to go and be on your own because you don't want to follow any rules ever. The purple community, get out of here. Dwindled down to the last 5 people that are willing to show their face in your chat. Enjoy your community, Laura.
Oh, I know she is, Jeff. I know.
Who it was, I stood on my own. Always have.
No.
People sometimes mistake creators for subscribers. Creators don't need to fit in. We have our own.
Hey, stupid. Creators are subscribers also.
Yes, they are. Oh, man.
Community. So the reason why that's so important to remember is because, yeah, there are certain creators that feel like they have to fit in somewhere. I know I don't fit in with these people, and thank God for that.
Right. Amen.
Yeah. Thank God for that. You're absolutely right. Thank God. I would be terrified if you fit in with us. Terrified.
Even though you say you don't believe in God, I don't know why you're thinking about whatever.
Right.
Thank God you don't.
Right. Yeah. Thank God. You don't fit in with any of us because we're not emotionally stunted and deranged. The way your brain works, Laura, is not like any other brain around here. Except maybe Amber. Maybe you and Amber need to hook up.
And Flava.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm also not an
hook
ass
up.
kisser. I will.
Yeah.
No, but you are though. You are
like
though, Laura. You are an ass kisser. I've watched you kiss ass. I've watched you kiss Morbid's ass. I've watched you kiss Molly's ass. I've watched you kiss Tiffany Marie's ass.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me remind you, we've watched and talked about Tiffany Marie and Molly treating her like shit. And her sitting there taking it.
Yep. Absolutely taking it because she wanted the subs because Tiffany Marie was hot at one time and got had a huge chat. Molly Golightly was huge. She had a huge chat. So Laura would get candle sales and subs and leech, go in there and leech. So she was willing to kiss their ass, take whatever shit they threw at her, and they threw it at her. She was willing to take it all. But she has integrity, y'all. She has integrity.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Can I drop my candle link? Can I? If you don't believe that they're better than Yankee Candle, go look at my Reddit post.
Oh my God.
Stupid.
And I don't like the person. I have been saying this for years. This is not something that I started saying, no, this is how I've always been. I don't give a fuck if I'm friends with you. If I don't like you, that's called integrity, and it's something that I've always fucking had.
No, it's not. No. It's called people don't like you. You learned that in school when you sat alone.
Yeah, no, that's not called integrity. Being willing to stand alone because nobody else will fucking stand by you is not integrity. It's probably because you smell. Honestly, the whole stink of probably not just your body, but your behavior, the whole stink of you. Nobody wants that near them. Sorry. Amen. Nobody wants that near them, Laura. That's why you stand alone, because nobody will stand by you. It was not your choice. It's everybody else's choice.
You're a bad person. That's just it. You are a bad person.
Yes.
And you're supposed to measure when you make shelves and make them all the same size, unless you want to make the top bigger, not the bottom. Oh, anyway.
I'm unlike them. I don't out people. I never did, and I never will. That's called integrity. I won't do it.
Integrity.
I won't do it.
The person who made a false CPS call.
I sure did.
Is talking about integrity.
Yep.
Yes.
Ain't that some shit?
See, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand what integrity means.
No.
She doesn't know what that word means. Laura, I want you to look that word up. Look it up because you don't know what it means. Hiding the fact that you called CPS on an 8-year-old child with the most disgusting report that he watches, POR with his dad, which apparently, according to Laura, is not something you call CPS for. It's not illegal to do that, which, yes, it is. Please don't do that. But this moron thinks that it's not. Anyways, that's what you used. That's what your deranged, mentally stunted head came up with a CPS call for Make a Monster's son, 8 years old. And you think that because you didn't out the other people that knew, even though Make a Monster already knew who it was because she's seen the text messages unredacted, you call that integrity. That is not what integrity is. That's not what integrity is. You have no idea what that word means.
Integrity would have been something in your mind saying, maybe I shouldn't call CPS. No, I don't think I will, because that would hurt a family.
Right. That will hurt a child. People with integrity don't go to a child's funeral to try to get a shot of the casket. Integrity means that you do something, you do the right thing, whether people are watching you or not. That's what integrity is. And I promise you, Laura, that if you don't have people watching you and telling you what is right and what is not right, you will choose to do the wrong thing every time.
Every single, you and Merv. Yes.
Every
Yes,
fucking
you're upset over
time.
YouTube beef.
I wasn't upset over YouTube beef. It
So
was
what's your
way
reason?
bigger than that. It was
Okay,
way
so
bigger than
what
that.
was your reason? No, you said
I've already
it's people
explained
leave
all
you
this.
alone.
I've already explained all this.
But you don't weaponize CPS against
And I
Facebook
agree with
because
you.
you want people
And
to
I
leave you alone.
agree with you.
There are
I am
many
not
measures you can
disagreeing
take.
with you.
There are legal
I
measures
am
you
not
can take.
disagreeing with you. I am not disagreeing with you.
So there's not the excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
There was no, I don't care how deep it goes, there was no reason to do it.
But I agree with you. I already said this. I already said that there was no reason for me to do it. I shouldn't have done it. I already said this 10 times over.
To drop the names
You're
of
not
people
saying
that
anything
know.
I haven't said already.
To drop the names of
That I
people
won't
that
do.
know.
Ask MM. She's the one that outed it. Ask MM. She's the one that outed it. So ask her who the other people were.
You said they were cheering
the
you
ones
on.
that gave her the text.
Do you have proof that they were cheering you on?
Tell her to give. Yeah, look at all the texts.
They were cheering you on. They were
Tell her
saying,
to
kill
give all the
CPS. Yay. Weaponize
Tell her to give
CPS
all
as
the
a
texts.
child.
No, they said the bitch fucking deserved it.
Miss Integrity, go fuck yourself.
So they said the bitch deserved it, and you agreed with them.
Yep, you said that.
I don't give a
you,
fuck if I'm
no,
friends with
she said no, ma'am, no. She said that she deserved it. Nobody else said that.
Oh yeah, and
Laura,
that she would do it
Laura
again.
said she deserved it, and she said she would do it again if it wasn't so obvious. So after I just said that, I looked up what integrity is, and it didn't print the last line is essentially it means doing what is right even when no one is watching. That's like a direct quote from what I just said.
It actually did print.
Yeah, but it didn't print the last line, did it?
Yeah,
Oh, did it? Okay.
but it done it in two comments.
Oh, okay. Well, either way. But that's what I just said. That's what I just said it was.
Yes.
And then I Googled it after that, and it came up and basically said the same thing. Hey, Judith, love you, honey.
Hey, Judith, good to see you.
That's what integrity is, Laura. It means that you do what's right, even if nobody ever knows. Even if nobody ever knows.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get credit for it. You don't get to brag about it.
Mhm.
Nobody ever knows, and you still do what's right. And you don't do that. You pick the wrong thing. You are on the wrong side of right every freaking time.
If I don't like you, that's called integrity, and it's something that I've always fucking had. And there have been many times that I have stuck up for people that did not deserve it. I have been there for people that did not deserve it.
Yeah,
I
stop.
went to bat for people that would never go to bat for me. Did it
Right.
Who?
And let me
Who
tell
have
you,
you
let
went
me
to bat
tell you,
for?
let me tell you why she does that. Laura doesn't do that because of integrity. Laura does that because she can get something out of that. She can get something, either a plug for her candles or some leech, some more subs, or maybe get somebody to just like her for 5 minutes. She
Yes.
always has a reason that she does that kind of stuff. Stands up for whoever she thinks she's standing up for. Or the person's in trouble for the same thing that Laura herself has been in trouble for, and that's why she's standing up.
Yes.
Because she's defending herself, basically. Has nothing to do with integrity, Laura. Nothing.
No.
stop me? Absolutely not. Why? Because I can't help what someone else is going to do, but I can help what I'm going to do.
But-
And so many
And you should try that. Try that.
times there were people that did not deserve for me to stick up for them, knowing that they would never do that for me, but it didn't stop me because I don't need to be liked by people.
And I've stood up for people who didn't like me and didn't expect one damn thing out of it and didn't get a damn thing out of it and don't care.
Right.
And I'm sure Wendell has done the same.
Yes. I've tried to. I try to stand up for what I think is right, even if the person doesn't like me. But regardless, I don't do that for any reason. She's using it as a reason to brag about herself. Like somehow it's a feather in her cap. It's not, Laura. And you bragging about it just makes you look even more narcissistic. Like you don't get it. You don't get it because you don't have insight. You don't have insight. You don't have the ability to see inside yourself and analyze your own reasons for doing things, because you say stupid things like, Wendy talks about me because she's in love with me. Yeah, that's not at all true. You know that that's not true. But instead of saying what is true, that Wendy can't stand your behavior and has seen through you since the first day that she's ever met you, even from day one, knew you were a piece of shit. We
True.
never got along. No matter how many times you've tried to come to my DMs and make me on your side for something. I forgot where I was going with that because I read a comment and I got sidetracked. But anyways, regardless, you do that for your own selfish reasons, always. It's never for the good of anybody but you.
Right.
Or for bashing someone, so on and so forth. And no amount of money would make me go that way either.
Bullshit. You are for sale. Bullshit.
100%.
You would sell your soul for somebody to buy a candle from you, you liar.
She has. I would argue that she has sold her soul for people to buy candles. Gabriel Harrison, or not Gabriel, sorry, Xavier Harrison.
Yes.
Talking about, shut up, he's dead. I don't need permission. Is that integrity, Laura? Is that what you call integrity in your candle business?
She just simply does not know the answer to that question. She don't know what integrity
is. She doesn't get it. She does not get it.
I thought this was pretty well known in the community. Like I didn't know this was something that a lot of people did not know. But yeah, you can go back to videos from 5 years ago. You'll see that same response.
Yeah, which shows me sadly that you haven't changed a bit.
Zero growth in 5 years.
Zero growth. You have not changed a bit. You are still the same disgusting person that you were 5 years ago.
Absolutely. Perplexed #1 fan. One Win and Randy go live about me every day. Laura tonight talking to her chat about you guys.
Right. And let me guess, she's gonna call me fat. She's gonna call me wonton. What else? That's it. That's all you can say about me, Laura, is that you don't like the size of my body. You know why? Because I don't have a long history of this kind of bullshit that you have. I have a whole ass playlist on your behavior, ma'am.
Yeah.
You don't have shit.
Sorry, we choose Pop-Tarts over booger sugar. Okay.
Yes, Jeff. She came on here bragging that she lost her job because she had no empathy. Like it was a flex.
Yes.
Like, girl, do you not understand what that means?
Now I want a Pop-Tart.
Damn.
So for some reason, people that have made thousands of videos on me, not thousands, hundreds, just have me mistaken for someone else.
No, we don't. We know exactly who you are. Yeah. I've always known exactly who you are. And I've hoped that you would get better. But you have never changed. Never.
Never. Hundreds of videos. She has 35 videos.
35 in over 4 years.
In
not
4 years. And my playlist that I have has, I think it was 60 something videos. They're not all my videos. This video right here that we're watching. This video is on that playlist now. I just added it today. That playlist consists of videos made by everybody who makes videos, that I think are important to remember Laura, so that she cannot continue to try to rewrite history, which is what she does. And this in particular, where I made a video a couple days ago that covers this same topic, where she tried to say that, at no time did I ever say I would do it again. And you're right. You didn't say that you would do it again. You wrote it in text messages to your friends. But since then, you have said that you would do it again and that maybe you should do it again many times from your panel, because Make a Mobster still talks about you.
But she also said, and remember, she said, well, if I knew someone was a CPS caller, I wouldn't mess with that person.
Yeah. That's the way her brain works.
Yes. You would think.
Thank you. Call it as I see it. Thank you. Yeah, maybe we'll play it after we do it here. I made that video. It's a short. This one's a little bit longer with way more details, which is perfect. Mine was short because I just wanted to show that what gaslighting is. Because people, we throw these words around like narcissist, gaslighting, projection. We throw these words around, and I don't know if people really understand like how prevalent it is, especially when Laura's talking. When Laura says things like never, not anytime, ever, never at all, those are gaslighting words, especially when they come from her. They're gaslighting words. And that's what she tried to say, is that she never said that she would do it again. You wrote it in text messages that you would do it again. Don't gaslight us, Laura. Have integrity and own your shit, ma'am.
So let's address it.
Yes.
Let's read the comment. Oh, I got to go to Clip Punk. Now, let me also state something, and I mean this. Clip Punk, Why do you have Wispy tagged in this? I don't know who the fuck Karma is.
I'm gonna tell you probably why Wispy is tagged in this, and I don't even know Clip Punk, okay? But probably because you make fun of someone who has MS. You
Yes.
rotten, dirty, sorry piece of shit.
Yes. Yeah, she can tag whoever she wants. What's it to you?
Mm-hmm.
What's it to you
Exactly.
who she tags? She can tag whoever the fuck she wants. Clip Punk, tag me in your stuff from now on too. I'd like to take a peek at it myself.
And
And
you
notice
know,
this is her chat, by the way, her live chat right here next to her. That's not a picture. This is a live chat. Has not moved once.
well, I think that they need to be tagging Christina Applegate so she can hear some of the crappy stuff that Laura has said about someone with MS.
Right.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Maybe let me
Just
find
like
that clip.
you
I bet I
couldn't
can find it.
control, you couldn't control whether or not you got cancer, Laura. She can't control what she got. Shame on you.
Yeah, for real. For real. Let me see if I can find that clip real quick. I know I have it.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat, Pugs. Thank you.
Hit play, and if I find it, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I don't know why B Tim is tagged. I don't even know who Lilith Beelzebub is. I know who I
I don't know. These are a lot of people that don't like you, Laura.
am.
Yeah, they're just people that
And I
hate
can
you.
see why
I guess.
Ruby's tagged. But I don't understand why the other people are tagged. It has nothing to do with them. But here's my question, news Clip Punk. Are you news tubers? Because you kind of pick posts like news tubers. So I'm just
She always
curious.
does
And
that.
news tubers like disappeared.
Here's the thing about news tubers. They would tell you it's us, news tubers.
But Laura always does that with her crack skills. She tries to, figure out who everybody is. Who cares who it is? Who cares who it is? They're putting the truth out about you, and that's what you don't like.
Truth. Right there. That's the truth. Two sides of the same coin.
Into thin air. So I'm kind of wondering, and you said you hung out with Wendy B, and you're from overseas. So I'm wondering if you're news tubers. But let's play the clip.
From overseas.
And then we'll see the comments. And that was another thing. They were making fun of Britney's foot, saying how, I think it was Rowena that was like, where's the ankle? She doesn't even have an ankle. Where's the ankle? Now, here's the other thing. I don't get why she's got me moving 1,000 miles an hour. Like, she just makes no sense in her clips of me. But Clip Punk, that's why I think you're news tubers. The laundry, Laura, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see the point of making me move 1,000 miles an hour when everything I said was 100% on point.
I didn't. You didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know what she's crying about, but
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Clue, have you looked in a fucking mirror? Like, seriously, have you looked in a mirror? You are a fat bitch with herpes whose mouth goes down when you speak. Who the fuck are you to be talking about anybody's looks?
Laura, don't talk about people's looks for the love of hell.
wow. Do you hear that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Who talks like that?
And I don't know these people. I don't know what Brittany looks like, and I don't know what Clue looks like.
But this
I
is
know
why
what
you
Laura
stand
looks like.
alone, though. This is why you stand alone, Laura. Nobody wants to fuck with you. Because this is how you sound.
Yes. Oh, wash, rinse, repeat. That's why you're Laura Laundry. Laundry Laura. I get it. That's actually kind of brilliant.
And I mean that 100%. Queen B, you're not even on fucking camera. Who the fuck are you to talk about anybody's looks? You didn't like it when someone did it to you, so why are you doing it to someone else? And that's the part that makes me fucking sick. Then you got Cletus. Cletus, you're no fucking Matt Dillon. I don't think you should be talking about anybody's looks. And anybody.
You're no Matt Dillon. Your age is showing.
Matt Dillon?
These people you're talking to, they don't know who you're talking
Do
about.
they even know who Matt Dillon is? Jesus.
You know, they're thinking, you mean that ugly guy from Something About Mary?
Oh,
You have
boy.
no idea. So dumb.
Bless it.
weight, you shouldn't be talking about anybody's
You're
fucking
no
weight.
Matt Dillon. Wait. Forgot
Oh.
about that. She does, Shannon.
When you sleep with Clue every fucking night. You have fat feet, and that was another thing. So that was a clip. And the comment that stuck out was this one. Call it as I see it. It says, why is she jumping on BJ's side? I mean, I don't disagree with anything she said here, as much as it pains me to say that. She's definitely trying to ride BJ's coattails to get back into some sort of algorithm.
Yep.
She said many times that she lost almost everything when it came out that she called CPS on a creator. She
Yes.
let that creator go over 3 years without knowing who called and why.
Mhm.
Okay, first of all, if I wanted to get in the algorithm about Britney, I would go against Britney. Being on Britney's side doesn't get me in any kind of algorithm at all. When I talk about my community to an algorithm, it's about
I agree. She meant clout, Laura. Okay? Good enough.
Yeah.
Without them hitting the thumbs up. That's getting me in the algorithm, plain and simple. But call me as I see it. You have
Call
watched,
it.
you have recorded.
Call it as I see it, Laura. That's it. It's not call me as
enough
I
of my
see it.
videos. You
Stupid.
That's it.
You
You
can't
don't
do
want us
anything.
to call you as we see it. We could call her as we see it.
would know
but
that I
won't.
always stand up for what's right, regardless of if I like the person, if I'm friends with the person, if I don't like the person. I always stand up for what's right, and that's all I did here.
What?
Again,
Bullshit.
me getting in an algorithm.
What'd she say? What'd she say, Wendy? Wendy.
Delusion. Complete delusion. She always does the right thing, Randy. Always. She always does. It's so funny that nobody has any memory of you doing the right thing ever to anyone.
Ever. No, I can
Ever.
never think when you were on the right side of right. Ever. Not once since I've known you.
I can't think of one time. Not one.
Based on Brittany J would mean I team up with like QB and I like am best friends with her and I hate
Which
QB.
you tried to do. You tried.
You tried,
But-
and she
But
said,
Phoebe saw right through you and said, "Bye, bitch."
yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm part of you. Get off my panel." Bye.
Yeah.
And then you
She
tagged her
tried.
like 77 times in live streams, and she wouldn't respond to you, right?
She still doesn't respond to her. Laura still
Yeah.
talks about Queen Bee all the time.
Yes. Queen Bee's a lot smarter than you are, Laura. Take lessons.
Brittany and I make all these videos about Brittany. That would be me hating on Brittany. I mean, that would be me trying to get in the algorithm. By the way, is my chat not working? Like nobody said a word in forever. Or you guys just not chatting? So then they write,
Oh, that's a shame.
she let that creator go over 3 years. Actually, it was 4 years.
There you go, sweet misery. You wrote, hello.
Hasn't moved in 10 minutes. Love it.
And she said, how many years? And it was August 9th of 2021. And Laura said, how many years? Let's take it back.
And
they write-
people, and she let other people take the fall for it for 3 years almost.
Yes.
Almost 3 years. She let people take the fall for it.
Let that creator go over 3 years. Actually, it was 4 years.
Wrong, Laura. You called CPS with false allegations on Makeup Mobster on August 9th, 2021. Makeup Mobster was told that Laura did make this retaliation call on July 23rd, 2024, 2 years, 11 months, and 14 days.
When Laura lost a group of mobs, one of them gave the creator the messages that proved it was Laura who called. When confronted with those messages publicly, Laura admitted she called and said she would do it again. That is not what was said at all. If everyone wants to have all this outrage for something I did 3 years ago, then so
See
be
right
it.
there?
It was 3
Hold
years
on.
ago. I can't change it.
See right there where she said that was not what was said at all. That's gaslighting. That's gaslighting.
Yes.
Because that is what was said. You wrote it in text messages.
I didn't say it at all. I wrote it.
Yeah.
I
All I
think
can
your
do-
reaction channel
hold
is-
on.
I mean,
All I
you
can
accept
do-
yourself as a sexual problem all the time. That's kind of what people
All
do
I
on
can
YouTube.
do
Amen, Isaac.
is change the person that I was then, which I have. Plain and simple. There's not, I mean, you want me to get on my hands and knees and pray for forgiveness? That
So-
shit ain't gonna fucking happen.
So in your 3 years of changing, did you ever come out with this on your own?
No.
Or did your feet have to be held to the fire?
No, she was
No,
exposed.
I was never gonna say anything.
Okay, so then fuck your change. You didn't change.
Yeah, she didn't change
I
it
didn't
all.
change, but I
She got busted.
You're right. There's a difference between changing and getting caught.
3 years ago.
Oh my God, you're not getting it.
No, you're not getting it.
No, you're
I
clearly
can't
not
go back in time. I
And by
can't
the
go
way,
back in
I'm
time.
getting information as we speak. So the DM says it was 2 years ago,
2 years ago, sorry.
and that was the only CPS report that was made against this person. The only report that was made is a report saying that the father was watching porn with the child. That's the only report that was made against this family.
And maybe they didn't go with the one I called then. I don't know.
I left the internet August 9th,
Liar.
2021. And
Liar.
CPS caller, why would you say that about you? That is a strange thing to say. And then here's Laura answering back. Because I called on MM 2 years ago. You, blank, blank, and blank are the only 4 that knew. So she's going to tell MM, I didn't do a fucking thing to blank.
Damn, that sucks.
I have every right to defend myself against Janelle's fake bullshit. Well, I think Blank was trying to warn me, knowing Janelle was feeding MM info, but Janelle didn't know about CPS call. Now, I again notice what Laura says here, but Janelle didn't know about CPS call. Only people that knew are me, you, blank, and then she adds another one and blank. Okay, 4 people. And the fucking bitch deserved it. I would do it again if it wasn't so fucking obvious.
Screenshot that, everybody. Wendy, if you can't, that's fine. Wendy's got it on her channel.
Yep.
Just saying.
It's on my channel in my video that I made. Same thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you did
wasn't
say
so
it.
obvious. LOL, true that. You guys
And
see that
you're
right
so
there?
proud of it. You're
I would
so
do it again
proud of
if-
yourself.
Yes.
But when it's shown back to you, man, you sure cry like a little bitch, don't you?
Yeah, that sucked, didn't it?
It wasn't so obvious.
Try again, though. But now you're twisting a narrative. No way, at no point did I say, oh, it was me and I would do it again. You're mixing up and confusing messages.
See?
So, no.
See that? Okay, now that's gaslighting.
yeah.
You guys understand what gaslighting is, right? For her to be
Okay.
like, at no time did I ever say anything like that. You're mixing up a narrative, basically trying to make you second guess your own memory of the event. That's what gaslighting is. And that's why I made my video.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
she
And
did.
if someone keeps telling you you're trying to change the narrative, that is gaslighting. I learned that today.
Absolutely. Yep. Now you're twisting a narrative. No, honey, you're trying to twist a narrative.
How much longer we got? Jim just got home.
Has no standing anywhere anymore. I don't need to fit in with a bunch of idiots. She's trying to get in wherever she can get views again. I almost feel bad for her. So I wrote her. I said, I'm not on Britney's side. I've been where Britney is at, and it's wrong. Then I said, LOL, you don't need to feel bad for me. I stand alone and always have.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well,
you are alone. That's different.
Right.
You don't stand
because
alone. You are alone because
you
nobody wants to
stabbed-
fuck with you.
Yeah, you stabbed everybody that was your friend. You stabbed them right in the back. You just stabbed
Yes.
them.
Yep. Nobody
Again,
wants to be
if
on,
I
nobody wants to
was
be on
like-
a team with you.
I would never be on her team ever.
Nope.
Not even in kickball.
Nope.
I would want to be able to throw her out, but you know.
Most
No.
of the people here, if I wanted views that badly, believe me, I know how to get them. If you look at my videos, with the exception of J is for Justice, if you look at my videos, I have more views than any creator in this community on single videos.
What?
I think I know how to get views if I tried.
That's
If
from
I
her
really
making a
wanted
murderer
to.
days,
And
which
if I
was
wanted
like,
to do
what,
it all
7
these
years
fake ass-
ago. Like
Yeah,
nobody
that was
gives a shit about those videos, Laura. That's a long ass time ago before people knew what a piece of shit you are. You'll never
actually-
get views like that ever again. Ever.
No.
You will never get views like that ever again. Give up. Stop.
Everybody's views are down, but damn, Laura, quit living off I think it was 9 years ago when Making a Murderer came out.
Right. Nobody is
Creative.
ever, your views. And that wasn't even while you were in this community. You were on Facebook back then. You weren't even here.
Right.
do, then I would do it. But I don't. You want to know why? Because I don't roll like that. It's not about views. It's not about super chats. It's about a collective community. Hey, East Coast, it's about a collective community. And many, many years ago, I built this community, not somewhere else. I built the purple community. You want to know why? Build it and they will come. That is how I looked at it. And that is what somebody taught me. Same thing with Patreon. I started Patreon. I had like 5,000
Build
subscribers.
it and they will leave in droves over and over and over and over.
When
How
they
many
figure
times
out
have
who
you-
you are, they leave.
Every
Exactly,
time.
Jeff. Exactly.
How many times have you had a mass exodus? You had so many people leave you. So many people.
And I get it. It sucks. It sucks.
But that's
But
never
it
happened to
happens.
us like this. It's never happened to us like that ever.
No. But I mean, it sucks when you go from one extreme to the next. But it sucks even worse when you didn't like take off a kitten paw or something, whatever.
Right.
Ugh.
Subscribers. And now I have 20,000 subscribers and I still have a great Patreon.
I
So
bet. Who's in her Patreon? I want to know.
The people that are in her Patreon are scared to leave because she throws things at them like, I have 3 children I have to feed, even though one's getting married and one's in college and whatever. Basically, I don't want to have to go get myself a job. I don't want to go get myself a jobby job. So please stay in my Patreon or I'm going to starve. She just had, I don't know if it was Janelle or somebody on her panel just recently. I have a clip that I just saw where she says, if you hadn't outed me to MM, my channel would be fine. Not if I hadn't called CPS on MM, my channel would be fine. No, if you hadn't outed me, show me where that is. Where's your integrity? Where's integrity and all that? Nowhere.
Right.
Fucking nowhere.
Right.
You have no idea what integrity is. None.
it really saddens me that after all these years, you legit still think that I need to fit in somewhere. I have never fit in, ever.
Yeah, because you're a piece of shit.
Because
Nobody
I would
wants to
never
fuck with
cave
you.
into the masses.
No.
Going back to Diana Wendy. That is when
No,
I
ma'am.
became the most hated person in this community because I
No.
would not cater to Diana Wendy. And I don't-
No.
Nope. That's not why, honey. That's not
Mm-mm.
why. We exposed you for the piece of shit that you were. And we allowed other people to come up on panel and say the truth about you and prove what a piece of shit you were. And that's why people don't like you. Because of your behavior. Not because you didn't kiss our ass enough. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, honestly. Kissing our ass means nothing. Nobody's asking for that. Nobody wants that. That's never even been a little bit of a goal. We wanted the truth. We got the truth. The truth is that you're a real life going piece of shit, and you always have been.
Peggy,
Always
I'm
have
sorry.
been.
I'm so sorry, Peggy. And nobody should feel that way. Nobody should ever feel that way.
See? Look at what Peggy just said. Pin that comment, Randy. I used to be in her Patreon before I found out she was a CPS caller, and I had to leave quietly and change my name on here because I have 2 kids, and I know she would dox and call CPS on me. That's why she still has a Patreon. They're too scared to leave. They're too scared to leave. Or they hate Makeup Mobster as much as she does.
But yeah, exactly.
It's sad, man.
Always
It's
said Diane
really
was a scammer.
sad.
It is sad. You did not always say Diane was a scammer. That's a lie.
Yep.
And Wendy was too.
Rome
Nope. You straight up said I wasn't either. You said I wasn't. I had nothing to do with it. That's what you
That's
said
right.
over and over.
Golly, man.
Integrity.
And
Integrity,
Laura,
y'all.
you became the most hated person in this community. When we found out, you were the one who called CPS on MM to get her to shut the fuck up because you didn't like that she called you out on your bullshit. You involved her innocent child in your pity me, boo-hoo bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that didn't go over well in this community. And then you had mods that left and blah, blah, blah.
You're a liar.
Right.
You did not call Diane out as a scammer, and you did not call Wendy out as a scammer until I think you ended up jumping on
Yeah, you jumped
Marissa's
on board like a lot of
coattails.
people did. A lot of
Yeah.
people jumped on board. She did too.
for views. Not
For
because
views.
you care about stuff, but for views.
But
Absolutely.
how somebody can say that I need to fit in somewhere, someone that has watched me for so many years, that's sad. Because that is the exact fucking opposite of who I am. I
No.
have
See,
no
what's
problem going
sad,
into someone's
Laura?
chat. Lots of times
What's-
I'm blocked, sometimes I'm not. This is
What-
YouTube, and I am a creator.
What's sad?
I have
What's sad is that we know you better than you know you.
Yeah.
You are, I don't know if you're delusional or stupid or both. I don't know. I don't know what it is. If you're just that much of a narcissist that you just don't see what we all clearly see. All of us, people that don't even like me, see it. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody's seeing this because they're trying to kiss my ass. They see it because that's it. That's all we can see of you. And you
Yes.
will not look at it. You will not look in the mirror. And anytime anybody comes in your chat and tries to explain, because you've asked more than once, what is it? What do I do that's so horrible? People come in and try to tell you, and then you block them immediately.
You immediately
You were
get
dropped on your
defensive.
head. You were dropped on your head as a kid. Get out of here. That was
Mhm.
1,000 years ago. Get out of here. Like
Yeah,
it's,
you
it's
dropped
not
on your head as a
interesting.
kid. Sit down.
Right. You're not interested in growing as a human and being a better person. You're not interested in that. 'Cause
Pay
that
my
would
dues.
require work.
I have built my
I don't
channel.
believe in that.
I also have built a channel and got more subscribers than anyone in the drama community. But that, from where we were at. I don't mean like, MFW. I'm talking after her. Before Queen Bee Crew, during Diana Wendy.
Actually, that's
Nobody
not
grew
true.
like I
Hello
did.
Starlight has more subs than you, but anyways.
And good for Hello Straw. But and I'm proud of her. But here's the thing: you got your subscribers by kissing ass, and that's why I wrote underneath there. You notice me and Wendy don't go around just sucking off people's asshole getting subscribers. We've
No.
not done that ever.
No, ever. Never.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, you have done that by kissing people's ass, going in and leeching their subs, as many as you can get. And then when, everybody can't stand you anymore, and then it's all a bunch of hate watchers that have you, the people that don't even type in your chat because they can't stand your ass.
All right, I'm getting sent text. Let's see. Okay, how much longer we got?
Sorry, I'll shut up. Go.
No, it's
Molly did. But besides Molly, nobody grew like I did. I came into that community
wow.
in 2019 with 5,000 subscribers. I now have 20,000. Nobody else can say that. Nobody. Now
Because
Molly
you
can't
ass
either.
kissed your way.
Nobody else can say that.
Right. How many
So-
you buy?
Yeah.
And I didn't have
would
a
be
major-
interested to know.
I would love to see how many she
I
bought.
would love to know. I don't know that she would ever admit it, but I would love to know if she bought some. I bet she did.
Yes.
To this with the CPS shit. Otherwise, I'd be down to 15. I think I lost 100, 150. Thank you. Thank you, Lemonade.
Oh, there's a real reliable source right there.
Lemonade, who has no idea what's going on, no idea what's happened, none. But
Has
good for
always
you,
been
Lemonade, for
independent,
standing up for nobody.
Like myself. Keep doing. Girl, you let men piss on your face to belong.
Oh, lemonade. Girl.
And y'all think I'm like stretching the truth? No.
Appreciate that.
It's the
But
most.
yeah, nobody else has accomplished what I did. And CPS, yeah, I lost like 200 people, I think, 200 subscribers. And now I'm almost back to where I was, which is totally fine.
You know what's sad about
And I keep
that?
teetering on 21 and 22.
Is 200 friends walked away from her, told her, and they weren't just subscribers, they were people that knew her, that
Yes.
she's talked to privately about their lives, that has given her money for years and years and years. They walked away and she doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-mm.
She does not care at all, because all that matters is that she'll get back up to that number somehow.
Yes, where you're going. Yes, exactly. I will rebuild.
But here's when I say get in the algorithm, let me explain this for those that may not know.
Oh gosh.
YouTube
Hurry
does
up.
not put me in the algorithm because of my subscriber count as compared to how many views I get. I should be getting a lot more views with 20,000 subscribers. So because of that, YouTube sees it as they're dead subscribers and we're not putting you in the algorithm. Talking about Brittany J, sticking up for Brittany J regardless is not getting me in the algorithm. That's why I never understood why all these people talked about Betty all the fuck.
She meant clout, stupid. Okay, but you haven't read it yet. Sound it out though when you get there.
Fucking time. I need a connection with an outside supporter, kind of like
Listen to
Larry did
this.
with Turtle Boy.
This is
And
fucking
even then,
delusion at its
down
finest.
on
Listen to this. This is great.
But
This
I
is
would
my
need, for
favorite
me to
part.
do the algorithm and do it the fast way, I would need someone like 10 to Life recommending my channel, Stephanie Harlow recommending my channel,
Stephanie
recommending
Oh, you true crime genius, you. Maybe it'll
my
happen.
channel.
I
Melanie Little
dare
recommending my
you
channel.
to send your channel link to Stephanie Harlow,
None of these
Laura.
people
Do it.
recommend my channel. I got to do it the old-fashioned hard way, which is keep ticking, keep going, and see what happens. And just, like I always said a long time ago, slow and steady wins the race. And
No, I'm the one that said that, not you. You go suck buttholes.
I might be dead by the time I get 100,000 subscribers, but we get there. We're gonna get there. But it's for me personally, and this is where I'm different than all these other creators.
She also said law and crime. I need law and crime to.
Law and crime. Yeah, go ahead. Go show your channel to them. I wonder if they'll pimp you out. Stupid ass.
I also have a business that gets at least 50% of my business comes from YouTube. So that's also where things are a little different for me.
That's sad.
Yeah, my mods don't drop the membership link enough. I yell at them all the time for it. They just don't. I'm like, guys, drop the membership link more. We got to drop the membership link more. Hey, Yanni,
Yeah,
but
that's-
literally
that's
half of
why you
my
don't have
subscribers, half of my customers are
That's
from
right.
YouTube.
You
So
could
for
get
me, it's not
Nightbot
just about,
free.
hey,
Yeah,
Jiggy,
that's what I
it's
said
not
too.
just
Like, get
about
yourself a Nightbot, then you don't have to have your
super
mom
chats or
do
numbers,
anything.
because I also sustain a business. So don't feel bad for me, call it as I see it. You absolutely have no reason to feel bad for me. Okay, trust me on
I don't feel bad for you. That makes you feel better.
that.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for her at all.
Dolly got a lot of his by lying. Dolly got a lot of his by being phony. Dolly got a lot of his by being an ass.
I don't see that Dolly's phony at whatsoever.
Hey, infidel lady.
Hey, infidel lady, good to see
So
you.
I'm
But
not going to
she
be any one of those
sucks up
things.
to Dolly too, though. She sucks up
And-
to everybody. Anybody
Yeah,
that has
listen,
some subscribers
just-
in live chat. She sucks up to them for as many as she can get. And when she can't get any more, she dips.
Ugh.
I'm never going to be fake. I'm never going to be phony. And I also don't have the time that some of these people have.
Mm.
Like, I just don't. I don't have the time to sit on a live all day and not make any money. These people get way more super chats, so it's worth it for them to sit there all day. I don't. I sit there with 20 people. It's just not worth it. So Clip Punk, please don't ever come in my chat again. Please don't ever post me again, ever. Because she writes, it's Laura, Perplex TC, Perplex CPS. Clip Punk, go fuck yourself. Go have fun with your girl Wendy V, and don't fucking come in my chat.
I think we should call her Perplex
do.
CPS.
Her name is Perplex CPS everywhere. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Or Laura CPS.
All right,
Either
'cause you will
one.
be blocked.
Laura CPS.
Yes,
CPS
you really are a
Laura.
fucking asshole for saying that. But carry on
Laura
with the badass
CPS or Perplex CPS. Yeah.
This happened almost 5 years ago. Nothing came of it. People need to move the fuck on because I'm tired of
It didn't happen for Makeup Mobster. It wasn't. She just found out. Not it hadn't been that long ago.
Absolutely. And something did come of it. You attacked a child. You attacked an 8-year-old child.
Yeah.
That's something. Something came of it, ma'am. You were
Yes.
exposed for being a piece of shit who attacks children. You're never going to not be that person. That's who you are, Laura, forever.
Yes.
And anyone
Yeah.
who shows their face in your channel, that's what you're going to be known as too. Someone who supports it. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You're going to be seen in her chat. You're going to be known as someone who supports a CPS caller. You
Yes,
just are.
Jeff. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm fucking hearing it. I really am. Hey, Jason, there was no money that was taken out of it. There was no nothing. Hey, Fairy Tale. No,
Don't
no
care
money
if you're
was exchanged in
fucking
it. Nobody
tired of
earned
it.
anything from
Don't-
it. It was almost 5 years ago. Get the fuck over it. Move on.
No,
And that's
no. You milked your own
You
CPS
made the
calls.
call for not 5, 4 years ago. But NN and the rest of us didn't find out because you lied for 2 years.
Mhm.
We all found out about a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
It's never going away, Laura.
Right.
Never.
That's right.
Well said.
Right.
So
Period.
I'm really at my wit's end. Thank you, East Coast. And you've always been good to me. But I'm really at my wit's end with this shit. Like, it's done. It's been done for years.
Don't care. Don't
And
care.
that certain people want
You
to
can go ahead and cry about it for as long as you want. Here's the thing. Laura cried about her own 5 CPS calls, which I believe 3 of them she made on her own. Just can't prove it. I wish I could, but I cannot. But it is my opinion that she made the last 3 calls herself because they were money cash outs. She got so much money every time she got a CPS call.
Oh, yes. Yes. Hey, well, Lisa.
Cha-ching. Oh my gosh. And if the kids were on crying, even more money was flying at her. That's
Yes.
why. That's why she's talking about money. Like Make a Monster left to protect her child. She left for
Yes.
about 4 months. Didn't say a word to anybody. She didn't come on here and milk it like you did and
Exactly.
exploit her own child. She didn't
You
do
see the
any of that.
difference there, Laura? Do you? I bet you don't. That's the sad thing. You don't see the difference, do you?
No. One is actual integrity. The other is you're just a leech.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolute leech.
Love that for
And-
you.
Yeah, love that for you.
Like, why? Especially to new people. Like, okay, I made a mistake 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm sorry that you can't fucking get over it. It's ridiculous. Like, nobody around here has ever made a motherfucking mistake in their whole goddamn life. It's amazing. We're surrounded by perfect people. Did you know that? Everyone in this community is just picture perfect.
I've made a lot of mistakes, but I don't think I've ever made one that could change someone's life.
Yeah, I've made many mistakes. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I've never done this ever. This is worse, Laura. This is worse. This is bad. It's really, really, really bad. And the fact that you keep trying to make it okay or make it go away or make it stop, never owning your shit, defending it like you would do it again, threatening to do it again because people won't stop talking about it. All of that just makes it worse. All of it. What you need to say is, yeah, I fucked up bad. I shouldn't have done that ever. You're right. I should never have done that. That's what you need to be saying.
Exactly.
But you won't.
I wish
You
I could
won't ever
change it.
say
I
that.
can't change it.
Yeah, not get the fuck over it. That's
No.
not how you fix it. You say I was ridiculous, out of my mind. I should never have done that. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I fucked up bad, and I've learned a huge lesson, which I don't think you have. I'm completely convinced that you used that burner phone more than once and called on several other people. I absolutely believe that because there was too many people getting calls at the same time that Make a Mobster's call came in. There's a video
That's
about
very
that on my
true.
channel too. Go watch it. There's a video about that, the timeline on my channel. It's a quick, short video. All the timeline right there. I believe that she made several of those calls. I do. I can't prove it, but I believe it.
Good video, call it as I said. Great. Not just good, great video. Great video.
Yes. Pugs, exactly. Yeah. Oldest son to CPS. We're going to make a lot of money off of this. Yep. I remember when he said that. That's what she raised. Whatever. That's integrity, y'all. Integrity. Yeah. You don't know what that word means.
Thank
Laura.
you so much, Tugs. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
You're diabolical, Laura. Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
The screen is gone. We're not on screen at all.
Oh, that's because I put full screen on.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Okay, sorry.
There we are.
When it shows that, it usually means I'm buffering or something. That's why I was asking. You won't hear me defend it, but it was 5 years ago. Get the fuck over it. I can't change it. These people push and push until you're forced to do something like that. Yeah, CPS Laura. That's exactly how she feels. She doesn't think it was a bad thing to do. She's bummed that she got caught. Or she didn't get caught. She got exposed. She got exposed.
Oh, absolutely.
And she had the nerve to bring up one of the people that did the exposing and say to her, try to put guilt on her, saying, if you hadn't done this, if you hadn't exposed this, my channel would be fine. Like it's her fault. It's your fault, Laura. It's your fault. You're the one who did it. Here, listen, I'll play it.
So if you hadn't have outed it to fucking my channel would be just fine. That's on you and Michelle.
That's on her and Michelle. Why is that on her? I don't even know who Michelle is. I don't know who this is. But why is that on them and not on you, ma'am? Wouldn't a person with integrity be able to say, if I hadn't done this, my channel would be fine? Not, if you hadn't outed it, my channel would be fine. Do you not understand the difference? You don't,
Exactly.
do you? You don't
Thank
get
you,
the
Andy
difference.
Cruz.
She doesn't understand there's a whole difference between them outing it or her owning it. There's a whole, the fact that you did it is the reason your channel is trash now.
Yes.
Not that somebody else put it out. You have no idea that those are two different things. I don't know, Laura.
No,
I don't
no
think there's
idea.
any
All
hope
right,
here.
I'm going to do this right quick before I go. Oh, I agree. I don't think there's any help at all for her.
No.
Huck, welcome. Jeff, welcome. Karen, welcome. Deb on the move, welcome. Fur baby, welcome. I hope y'all take benefit some of the goodies that come along with that. I'll have a members meeting soon.
Infidel
All right,
lady.
anything else?
She doesn't have
ahead,
many, Infidel lady. She has about 3, 4, or 5 people that are willing to show their face in her chat. And that's it. And they barely talk. You know, her church channel is dead and she knows it. But she's gonna go down fighting.
Yeah. And
right,
Jeff, right. And when you say go down fighting, what we mean by that is defending all the crap she's done.
Absolutely. Fighting for, that she, she was pushed into all those things. She was pushed into all those things. She was bullied into being a terrible person. It's everybody else's fault but hers.
Yeah.
And that's where you don't get it, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you don't have integrity, because you don't get it. And you're not going to hear me say that. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear what I'm offering you as actual good advice. You're not going to hear any of that. I wish you would, though, because it'd go a long way into making you a better human.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, whatever. All right, we're done?
Yeah.
You gotta go?
Yeah. Gotta go eat dinner with Jim. Y'all, thank y'all so much for the super chats. Thank you for hanging out through the stream. This was a great stream. Loved seeing the faces back that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was a good chat with Tracy, too. I'm gonna write that down. That we had a good chat today.
We did. Thank y'all so much.
Don't want to
really
forget it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Bye, y'all. See you soon.